Myself Ramya. Today we are going to discuss about the column chromatography and gas chromatography. In last class we had discussed about the what do you mean by chromatography, okay, and what do you mean by paper chromatography and what do you mean by thin layer chromatography, and here we know that still three more types are there, that is one is the column chromatography, another is the gas chromatography, and fifth one is the high pressure chromatography, okay, HPLC. Then now in today's class we are going to discuss about the what do you mean by column chromatography and gas chromatography. First we'll take with the what do you mean by column chromatography. We know that chromatography means what? Separation technique, okay. Here also we are going to do the separation of the compounds. It can be a drug, okay, or else it can be any biomolecules, okay, or it can be any impurities. We are going to separate out by this method. How we are going to do the method means this method is depending on the, as we are discussed in a paper chromatography and the thin layer chromatography, we are going to observe the two layers, that is one is the mobile phase, another is the stationary phase, okay. Here also we are going to have the two phases, one is the stationary phase, another is the mobile phase, okay. Before going to know the what kind of stationary phase and what kind of mobile phase, we have to know the what is this technique, okay. That is, first one is what? We are going to discuss column chromatography. It is also known as adsorption chromatography, okay. It is adsorption chromatography technique. Why we call it as it is adsorption chromatography means molecules are going to absorb on the surface, okay, where here adsorption is which one? That is stationary phase, okay. Stationary phase is the one which is going to act as what? Adsorption in nature. Adsorption means what? Accumulation of the particle on the surface, we call it as it is a adsorption, okay. That just we are going to accumulate the particles on the surface, we call it as what? Adsorption. Here what is going to act as adsorption? There is a two phases, one is the stationary phase, another is the mobile phase. Stationary phase is going to act as what? Adsorption in nature. Therefore this chromatography we call it as adsorption chromatography technique also instead of column chromatography, okay. What do you mean by column chromatography? It is a type of technique which is used to separate a single chemical in a mixture, okay. Single chemical compound from a mixture dissolved in a fluid. For example, we are going to have the 2 to 3 mixtures will be there, okay. We are going to have some 3 mixtures, means 3 compound is there, okay. One mixture, in that 3 compounds will be there. We have to separate out this one, each compound. How we are going to separate? By this technique, that is where adsorption is going to take place at a different times, okay. Adsorption of the molecule is going to take place at different times, means you are going to have the 3 compounds in a one mixture, okay, and impurities will also be there, okay. Let us concentrate on the compounds. We have to separate out these 3 compounds. How it is going to separate out? Depending on the adsorption, rate of adsorption, where different compounds having different times of adsorption. For example, if you are having methanol and acetone, okay, where acetone is going to absorb at a time 3 minutes, okay. Acetone is going to absorb at 3 minutes, or else if you are taking the methanol means it is at the 5 minutes, where we have to adsorption depending on the what adsorption we are going to absorb. It is here compounds are going to separate out depending on what? Depending on adsorption timing, okay. Adsorption there where each compounds is going to have that different adsorption in nature, okay. That is different adsorption in nature, and it takes the longer period of a time for few adsorption, and few compounds get very less time and get absorbed on the compound. Where how this is going to absorb? As I said, where stationary phase is what? Acting as what? Adsorbent. Then mobile phase is going to act as a solvent. what the nature of this mobile phase and what kind of stationary phase should be there, we have to observe. Okay, where mobile phase should be what? It is a solvent. It is act as a solvent. Means the given mixture will be there. Okay, this mixture we are going to dissolve in a suitable solvent. Okay, where mobile phase is going to act as what? It is acting as a solvent. Then it is going to act as a developing agent. What do you mean by developing agent? Means where this mixture is, that is solvent plus mixture. Okay, solvent plus mixture, it is going to form one solution. Okay, it can be, this mixture can be a solid or else it can be a liquid also. Okay, but this one, it is going to develop a bands on the surface of what? Stationary phase. Okay, then next one, it is going to elute out in a column. Okay, it is going to elute out in a column. And what kind of solvents we are going to use it here means, that is acetone, ethanol and water, or it can be even acetic acid. This is the nature of the mobile phase. Mobile phase should be what? It is acting as what? It is a solvent. Okay, the solvent is going to interact with what? This mixture. Okay, that is developing a bands in a stationary phase and it is going to elute out. Means it should get absorbed on the surface, it should not react. We should select the solvent like it should get accumulate on the surface of the stationary phase but not interact. Okay, it should not get interact with the stationary phase. Then how the stationary phase should be means, where it is depending on the shape and size of the compound. Okay, that what is the size? Its shape should be a same. Okay, size of the compound should varies from 60 to 200 micro in diameter. Okay, the size should be in a 60 to 200 micrometer in diameter. Okay, and the stationary phase compound should be, how the stationary compound should be means, it should be a stability in nature and inertness of the particles. It should be highly stable in nature. Okay, and it should have a chemically inert in nature. Means it should not react with the acids or bases or any impurities. It should just give the surface for the solvent as well as for the mixture. Okay, sample what you are going to add it. Then it should be a colorless. Okay, it should be colorless and it should be very inexpensive in nature, and we should select the compound like stationary compound should be what? It is very readily available in nature. Then we can do this experiment easily. Okay, then it can be a done economically friendly one. Okay, then here where how the stationary phase should be means, it can easily allow the mobile phase on it. Okay, stationary phase means what? It is fixed layer. It should allow the mobile phase easily from that. Okay, but it should not interact with the mobile phase. That is the next point. It should allow free flow of the mobile phase. Then next one, where this stationary phase should be what? Suitable for the separation of many compounds. It should not get only the one compound should get separate from this technique or other compound we should select that. It should separate all the, for example in one mixture we are having 3 compounds means it should separate what? All the 3 compounds, like that kind of suitable compound we have to take it. Then what is the commonly used stationary phase means, that is silica. Okay, silica is the one we are going to use it as a stationary phase. Then here mobile phases are the one that is a suitable solvent. Okay, it can be acetone. Some compounds can easily dissolve in water means we can take the water only, or some cases it can easily soluble in acetone means acetone, methanol means methanol, or else acetic acid means acetic acid we are going to add it. Okay, then how we are going to do this experiment, we'll say it. That is, one is the stationary phase, another is the mobile phase. We'll go with the experiment. One, here in this one we are going to have that, the name itself saying what? Column chromatography. Column means what? We are going to observe the burette in lab, right? That is the one we are going to use it. Okay, it is not very high expensive in nature. Okay, we can do it economically friendly experiment, that is we can easily separate out the compounds by using this method, that is column chromatography method. How we are going to do it? We are going to take one column, that is one what? Burette. We are going to take the burette, and burette is filled with what? Silica. Okay, silica compound we are going to fill it here. After filling the silica compound, we are going to have what? Silica compounds we are going to fill it here, and we are going to take the solvent. First we are going to distribute the solvent without a mixture. Okay, just first what we are going to take it? We are going to take the column, that is burette, and we are going to fill with the silica. Okay, compactly we should not fill it unevenly, we should fill it what? Evenly. Means there should not be air gap. Okay, bubbles should not be there, we should fill it very clearly. Silica gel we have to fill it. Okay, after filling of silica, what we are going to do it? What is the sample soluble suitable solvent? We are going to take it with the sample, right? That solvent we are going to fill it. It can be a ethanol or else acetone, or else it can be a even water also. Okay, we are going to add the solvent, and after that it is solvent will move in a compound. Okay, then finally we have to fill from the sides of the glass tube. From the sides of the glass tube we are going to load the given sample. Okay, that is a sample plus solvent. We are not going to just add the sample directly. For example, if it is a liquid and easily can be absorbed on the solid surface, that is on the stationary phase, means we can take it. But if it is a solid in nature, okay, it cannot able to absorb on the stationary phase, means we have to add the suitable solvent, that is sample with the solvent. We are going to add it from the sides of the glass tube. Then we are going to get here, first what will happen? The sample will get placed here. Okay, till here we are going to add the silica. Silica is filled first, then we are going to add what? Solvent. Then we are going to add the, why we are going to add here solvent means, because it should have the uniform in nature. Okay, it should get absorbed on the surface of the stationary phase, therefore it is going to absorb here. Then next one, what we'll do it? We'll take the sample and we'll add the solvent plus sample, and we are going to allow to absorb it. Okay, but if you are going to allow to absorb on this column means, it will take a time. Depending on the polarity, it is going to absorb. Okay, for example, if I am going to have the one mixture is having 3 compounds. Okay, silica is colorless. Okay, we are going to have the 3 compound mixture. One will be the blue. Okay, let me take the ink only. Blue, red and green. Okay, where blue is going to have the highly polarity in nature. It is what? Highly polarity in nature than that of what? Red. Red is highly polarity in nature than that of the green. This is more polarity in nature, or we call it as high polarity in nature. That is, blue is going to have what? High polarity in nature than that of what? Red. Red is high polarity in than that of what? Green one. Okay, then we are going to separate out depending on what? Absorption. That absorption is depending on what? Polarity. Okay, if highly polarity in nature, it is going to absorb what? First. Okay, it is get absorbed first. Blue is going to absorb what? First. Then leaving behind what? Red and green. We are going to have the 3 mixtures, that is, one is blue, red and green. Okay, this 3 is what? One mixture. I added here. Okay, with the solvent. Then if I am going to add it this one here means, what will happen? First you are going to get the blue band. Okay, leaving behind what? First you are going to get it what here? Blue color band you are going to get it. Then leaving behind what? Red and green. Red and green compound will goes here. Okay, after sometimes means it is polarity is what? Less compared to that of what? Blue. Therefore, here we can observe that it is going to observe with what? Red color band. Okay. Then after that it is going to observe what? Green color band. Because it is left over with what? Green color. Like this we are going to get the 3 different bands here. Then what we are going to do it, we are going to on the tap. Okay, we are going to on the tap and we are going to collect out the first is which one? We are going to collect the green color compound, we are going to collect in one test tube. Then after that we are going to collect the red color. Okay, then after that we are going to collect the blue color one. Okay, like this we are going to separate the compounds. In column chromatography it is a technique to separate out what? Compounds. Okay, compounds in a mixture, we are going to separate out the compounds in a mixture, and depending on what kind of stationary phase and mobile phase. Okay, mobile phase should be what? It is acting as a what? Solvent and developing agent, and the solvent is going to interact with what? Absorb on the surface, that is a stationary phase. And example of the mobile phases compounds, what we are going to use it here, solvent means what? That is acetone. Okay, or else ethanol, or else it can be a even water also, or acetic acid. Then stationary phase should be what? It should have that compound should be stationary compound, we are going to add it means, that is for example silica we can take it. Okay, its shapes should be what? Same size should ranges from 60 to 200 micrometer. Then it should be highly stable in nature, highly chemical inert in nature. Okay, and it should not interact with the solids, acids or bases. Okay, then it should be colorless in nature, and it is inexpensive in nature and readily available in nature, and it should easily flow with the what? Mobile phase, means it can easily flow with the solvent. Okay, like that. And even that this stationary phase should have what? It should separate the various compounds. Like that kind of compound we are going to consider as what? Stationary phase. Stationary phase is example silica. In a burette we are going to fill the silica gel. Okay, silica gel we are going to fill silica first, then with the solvent on the sides, that is on the top of the column we are going to fill the solvent. It will run in the burette. Okay, then we are going to load the sample with the solvent. Sample with the solvent we are going to load it, and we are going to leave it. Okay, it will take different time for the different compounds to get absorbed. Okay, this one we call it as retention time here, that is RF. Okay, retention time is depending on what? Absorption. Therefore we call it as it is a absorption chromatography. Okay, for example where absorption is depending on what technique? That is on depending on polarity. Polarity where highly polarity in nature, that is blue one. If you are taking the mixture of inks, blue, red and green, blue is going to act as what? Highly polar in nature, whereas green one we call it as it is non-polar in nature, or else we can say that it is a less polarity in nature. Therefore blue color one get absorbed first, then leaving behind what? Red and green. Red will get absorbed second, then green will get absorbed third. Okay, but when you are eluting, okay, first what you will elute? We'll take it out. Okay, that one is what? Green is we are going to elute first, then we are going to elute the red, then third one we are going to elute the blue one. Like this we are going to do the column chromatography. Where we can use it this one? That is by we can use it this technique for the separation of the compounds. Okay, separation of drugs. Okay, metaboloids in a biomolecules. Okay, and we can use the separate out the impurities in a compound also. We can use it this method, that is the method used for the separation of the compounds by column chromatography. Next one is gas chromatography. Okay, or we call it as GC. In short form we are going to call it as what? GC. Well, this technique is the analytical technique. We call it as it is a analytical chemistry technique used for the separation of the compound which are vaporization is there without decomposition. Okay, it is going to volatile in nature without going for, usually we can observe that solids will be there, okay, where it is going to go for the liquid than for the vapor state. But here the few compounds which are directly converting from solid to vapor state, that kind of compounds we are going to separate out by this method. That is, for what method it is? It is a gas chromatography method. Okay, it is can be vaporized without decomposition. This method is used for the analytical chemistry, for separating and analyzing the compounds that can be vaporized without decomposition. This method we call it as, it is a gas chromatography method. Okay, where what is this principle says here means, what is the technique we are going to use it means, just it is just you have to know that where gas chromatography means what, the name itself indicating that we are going to separate out what, gas. Okay, how we are going to separate out gas means depending on its volatility. Okay, depending on how fast it is get volatile or how slow it is going to get volatile in nature. For example, if you take the acetone and methanol, okay, where acetone is going to volatile at 3 minutes only, okay, whereas methanol will take that 5 minutes, or some other compounds can take the 7 to 8 minutes to get volatile. Depending on the volatile nature, we are going to separate out and we are going to analyze the compound by gas chromatography. What is this principle says means, that is, when a vaporized mixture is eluted using a liquid stationary phase and a gas mobile phase, they are get separated based on their affinity with the stationary phase. Okay, here we are going to have that again same two phases, that is, one is the stationary phase, another is what, mobile phase, where stationary phase is the one which is going to act as what, liquid in nature, whereas mobile phase is the one which is going to act as a what, gas in nature, where stationary phase is what here, it should be what, liquid in nature, okay, and gas is what here, mobile phase. That is, depending on the how gas is going to absorb on the liquid, we are going to find out its separation, how fast, how affinity, depending on that affinity with the stationary phase, means how gas is getting absorbed on the liquid, we are going to calculate, we are going to analyze the what kind of compound it is by keeping the standard datas. Okay, so here what kind of mobile phase should be there, that is, mobile phase is what here, it is gas, and what kind of stationary phase should be there, that is the liquid. But this mobile phase, what kind of gases we are going to use it means, that is inert gases like helium or else unreactive gases like nitrogen. But 90% instrumental experiment we are going to use it what, helium only. Okay, helium only we are going to use it for the mobile phase. Then stationary phases means, that is, it is a small microbial layer. Stationary phase means we are observed in a TLC, okay, thin layer chromatography, we are going to observe the silica gel thin layer will be there, that is 1 micrometer. Okay, then in a column chromatography we are going to fill the column with the stationary phase, that is with the silica, like that. Here also we are going to have the stationary phase, that is, it should be what, it should be inert substance like calcium oxide, okay, or else it can be a polystyrene, like that compounds we are going to have, but it is a very microbial layer should be there, very thin layer should be there. Okay, how we are going to do the experiment, we'll see in the experimental process, how working process of the chromatography we are going to observe here by using the diagram. Okay, first we are going to take the carrier gases, that is, it is filled with what, helium. 90% we are going to take the helium only, or else sometimes we are going to take the nitrogen also. Okay, then it is flows, it is going to flow here. Okay, gas flow regulator, then it is goes to the another chamber, that is molecule sleeve. Here what is the process will takes place means, it removes the impurities, Okay, it is removes what? Impurities. What kind of impurities it is going to remove? That is like hydrocarbons, or else vapors, water vapors will be there. Okay, or else it can be a oxygen. Like it is acting as what? Removing of the impurities. Then pure helium is going to goes inside the column. Okay, this column is going to act as what? Stationary phase. This gas is going to act as what? Mobile phase. Mobile phase, it is going to move on the column, as well as here we are going to place the injector port is there, that is to place the sample here. Okay, sample will also come here, and even the mobile phase compounds, that is what? Helium or else nitrogen is going to come here, and both of this will go inside the column. Okay, this column process I will tell you. First it will goes to the column, then it is going to get the detector. Okay, waste particles will get out, and by using the detector we are going to observe the data in a computer. Okay, so how the process will takes place here? First what I am going to take it? First I am going to place the here with the helium. Okay, pure helium will go, all the impurities are removed here. Okay, impurities means it can be a hydrocarbons, okay, or else water vapors, or else it can be a oxygen also. Pure helium is, we are going to place it here, and this column is going to have what? Thin layer of the inert solids like calcium oxide it can be, or else it can, even it can be a solid, or else it can be a liquid also. Okay, inert solid we are going to observe that polystyrene, it can any inert substance we are going to place it, that is inside. And this stationary phase column should be what? It should be a glass material should be there, piece of glass should be there, or else it can be a metal. Okay, it can be a metal, or else it can be a glass. Let us take consider this one is glass column, and it is filled with what? Thin layer of the will be there. Okay, where I am going to place the helium will also going to come here, and mixture. Let me take the volatile compounds. Okay, liquid in nature, for example acetone, and we are going to have the two mixture. Let me consider acetone and methanol mixture is there. Okay, this one mixture I am going to place it here in a sample, and as it goes here it will come to the column and reaches the detector, and waste will goes off, and we are going to get the graph here on the computer. Okay, where this column is maintained at the temperature. Okay, constant temperature should be maintained, that is with the 150 to 300 degree Celsius. Okay, then as I observe that I am going to have the two samples. Two compounds are there, acetone and the methanol. As it goes to inside this column, where if it is going to it is highly volatile in nature, means what will happen? It will carries with the mobile phase only. Okay, if it is very normal volatile or less volatile in nature, then it is interact more with the stationary phase, and it will stays more time in where? More time in stationary phase, and more interaction will takes place in where? In stationary phase only. More interaction will takes place in stationary phase. For example, it will not able to volatile faster. What will do? It will stay back in a column for a longer period of a time. Okay, and it is going to interact more with the stationary phase, and it will take that more time. Okay, and it will get elute later on. For example, if it is having highly volatile in nature, then it will not stay more time with the stationary phase. It will not stay more time in a column. It will goes out. Okay, but if it is going out means with what compound it is going to out? It is going out with the mobile phase. Okay, and faster will be the thing. It will get eluted faster, and we are going to get the peak faster. For example, as I said here, we are going to have the mixture of what? Acetone and methanol. Okay, where acetone will get absorbed at 3 minutes. Okay, methanol it will get absorbed at, let me on average 5 minutes. Okay, so what will happen, as we are going to observe, which one get elute first? That is acetone. Okay, means it is highly volatile in nature, therefore it is come faster with what? Mobile phase, and we are going to get the peak at 3 minutes. Okay, then after that at 5 minutes we are going to get it what? Methanol. Okay, then other impurities we are going to get it at, let me take with the 7 minutes. 7 minutes we are going to get it what? Some impurities, or it can be some other compounds also, depending on standard data we are going to observe that what kind of compound it is. Okay, more retention time is there, means if it is staying longer time in the column means we call it as what? It retention time is more. Okay, if it is less time it is staying in a column means we call it as what? Less retention time, and faster elute is going to take place. Elute means what? Coming out from the detector here. It is going to get the data here in the graph of the computer we are going to observe. Okay, then for example, if I programming of the temperature in a gas chromatography. Next concept is what? Programming of a temperature in gas chromatography. For example, if I am going to apply some higher temperature or with the lower temperature, here I am maintain with the constant temperature. Okay, in case if I going to apply the more temperature or less temperature. Okay, let me take with the first with the less temperature, or we can say that low temperature. Okay, if I am going to apply that low temperature if I am going to put it here in a oven, okay, low temperature is maintained, then what will happen? We are going to get the band at the larger band we are going to observe. Okay, if low temperature is there, then it will stay longer time in the stationary phase. Stationary phase, it is going to stay longer time. It will not elute out faster. Therefore, as it is area depending on the concentration. Okay, if more it is going to interact with the stationary phase, depending on here, if this area is more means we call it as the concentration is more. Okay, if area width is small, then we call it as what? It is going to have that small amount of compound is there. Okay, depending on the time we are going to, this is time and this is current. Okay, where if you are going to take that bandwidth is more bandwidth is there, then it is directly proportional with what? Concentration. Concentration is directly proportional of what? Area in the bandwidth. And if you are having short peak is there, this peak indicates that, for example, here also we are going to observe the peak. This peak indicates that what kind of compound it is. For example, the timing is of the peak is what? 3 minutes. It is here. Time is there. It is at 3 minutes. Then we call it as, it is the compound is what? Acetone, and concentration is depending on the bandwidth. Okay. For example, if I am going to apply the higher temperature, then what will happen here? It is going to give that short peak and with the short bandwidth. Okay, it will, for example, I am going to apply that high temperature. Okay, then this is time and this is current, or we call it as detector also. Okay. Then if I am going to apply the higher temperature means I am going to get short bandwidth. Okay, why? Because it is getting volatile higher, okay, high volatile and reacting with the mobile phase and comes out easily. Okay, if temperature is maintained, low means what? It is interact more with the stationary phase and it will take larger time, larger bandwidth, and we are going to represent that depending on the bandwidth. We are going to observe that how much concentration it is there, okay, and it is going to elute out, but timing is more important here. What is the peak value we are going to get it? That one we call it as retention time of the compound, and we are going to observe depending on the data of it. And if higher temperature is there, then it is going to apply what? High voltage. It is easily react with. If our temperature is high, what will happen? Compound will starts to boil, vaporize easily. For example, if I am going to heat the water at lower temperature, it will take what? Longer time, okay, as depends on what? How quantity of water we took. For example, 1 liter is there, water is there, I am going to maintain the temperature of 30 degree means it will take longer time to get vaporized, okay. Like that here also, if lower temperature is there, it is going to take what? Larger time, okay. And but we'll came to know that at what time it is going to vaporize, that is at 100 degree only. Compound is 100 degree means we consider as what? It is water only, vaporize at only that particular temperature. But depending on the how long it will take, depending on the quantity, that bandwidth we are going to find out, concentration. Okay, concentration is directly proportional of the area of the bandwidth. Okay, then if it is higher temperature is there means what will happen? You are going to get the sharp peaks, okay, and we are going to get the shorter time here. For example, if I am going to have that peak at 5 minutes, then at 7 minutes, then at, this is time, then peak at 9 minutes, okay. Then what kind of compound is there? I will consider that the given mixture is containing what? Acetone and methanol, but we are going to get it that there is no peak here at the 3 minutes. Therefore, acetone is absent in a given sample. Just you are going to observe that methanol is present. I don't know about that 7 minutes. Some other compound may be there, but even that 9 minutes some other compound is there, but we are going to concentrate on what kind of compound. For example, if they ask, is it acetone is present or else is it methanol is present in a given sample means we are going to concentrate on only 2 compounds by using the standard data. Standard data says that what? At 3 minutes retention time, we are going to observe the peak of what? Acetone. Acetone is not there. Okay, then we call it as acetone is absent in a given sample, only the methanol is present in the given sample. This is how the working process of the gas chromatography and programming of the temperature, and even we are discussed that how the graph is going to take place depending on the different temperature, okay. That is on the x-axis we are going to observe that time, and y-axis that is there will be detector. It can be any method, that is by current method or else it can be a flame method. We call it as detector on the y-axis, and peak is depending on peak value. We are going to find out what kind of compound keeping the standard datas, okay. And area of the bandwidth is depends on what? Concentration. If more area is there, then concentration is more. This is about the column chromatography and gas chromatography technique for the separation of the compound and analyze. Okay. In next class we'll see that one more method, HPLC. Okay. Thank you.